Hello, my name is Mark Hawkins. I'm the Global Humanitarian Technology Manager at Save the Children International. I want to talk to you about a new form of communication that's been with us now for about 2 to 3 years. It's the Iridium PTT, and I can see this being the replacement for Codan or Barrett HF radio systems. And there's quite a few reasons for that, which I'll go into in a minute. Now, PTT has been tested for the last 2 or 3 years by a United Nations project called TESS, which is the group that's looking into future security communications. So they've actually road tested this equipment in places like Haiti, West Africa, and they're looking at signing this off as an approved forms of communication. It Save the Children and other NGOs, I think the time has come for us to start doing the same. So about the technology, so PTT started off as a push-to-talk system using a modified Iridium Extreme handset. Whilst the technology was good, the satellite networks were excellent, the sound quality was absolutely shocking because the handset was effectively designed with a small earpiece which is used like a telephone. So when you actually start to throw sound out through a speaker, which is designed as an earpiece, it gets very distorted. But the good news is that Icom France last year released this unit here. Is the Icom PTT. This particular model is actually designed for PTT only, and the sound quality is really good. So what is PTT? So PTT is actually very much like VHF or HF radio. It's a push-to-talk system. Okay, it means you push the button, you talk, and people that's on the same network as you will hear simultaneously. This means that it makes this form of communication excellent for fleet management, security, and other sort of contexts where you might want to have a one-to-many conversation. The other advantage of PTT, it is actually on a closed network, which means it's secure. That means that anyone in a network, unlike VHF radio, when they hear you speak, it's actually secure communications. Nobody can actually listen in on your communication unless you've actually signed them up to your network. So, whilst it works on satellite technology, there are a few differences to a normal VHF. So VHF radio handset, you push the button and everyone gets to listen as you push the button. Okay, there's a slight delay on this system. It means that when you push the button, you actually request, you hear the beeps there, that means I can start talking, and as you might hear through the speaker on the other radio, there's actually a slight delay. Okay, but the sound quality is really good because this has been built for use in vehicles, and the speaker is a proper speaker. Okay, but you do need to understand how to operate it properly. It's actually quite simple, but you must push the button, wait for the beeps, then talk. So I'll do that again, and now I can start talking. And then we release, and conversation is over. So that's just a small step. The next thing that you need to know is, because it's a satellite telephone, it's very similar to other satellite telephones. We cannot use these outside. Sorry, we cannot use these inside. Okay, I'll repeat that just to be clear. You cannot use these inside unless you have an external antenna. Okay, so luckily for us, if you got Iridium sat phones hanging around already, they normally come with a magnetic mounted antenna, which you can actually unscrew the antenna like that. Okay, and then on here we can screw in another antenna. It's simple as that. Okay, so that is the close look at the radio. Antenna next to it is not connected at the moment. I need a separate bit for that, a small adapter. Okay, so taking a close look at the the actual sort of layout, there's a few buttons on the front, lots of added functions like, you know, text messaging, that sort of thing. But the most simple functions is the middle button. You can select the talk group, the right buttons on off, and volume. Okay, so once again I'm going to do a test talk on this one. Okay, so you'll hear the beeps after I push the button, and that means it's ready to talk. So here we go. Push. Testing 1 2 3.
1 2 3.
Okay, so there was the delay. Okay, so it's a bit off-putting if you're trying to test these radios, let's say in a training setting with sort of people close by. So you know, keep a bit of distance. Okay, that is the radios. You know, read the manuals, and the other advantages of this PTT system is that it doesn't have all the issues associated with you know, things like fade out, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's the demonstration complete. Just a few things to finish up. So first of all, most of the organisations that run satellite telephones, you really should be adding these to your framework agreements. Okay, so typically these cost somewhere less than, you know, $1,300 per unit, and then there's a subscription charge. But when you compare the cost of running these over the course of maybe 3 to 4 years, it's still cheaper than the Codan equivalent. So that's the first thing. Secondly, easy to operate, low visibility, so lots of advantages there, especially in the high security context when you're trying to keep a low profile, and of course a lot more easy to run. You don't get the sort of dead spots that we get with HF radio systems and so on.